So beyond kind of so now that you're parents, you have the kids, is it everything you expected? Is it more? What's in it for you? I mean, beyond, and try to separate kind of the professional side of it, because both of you are interested in it for professional reasons as well as, but also the personal that maybe non-professionals out there like me can relate to.
Well, so I think one way to kind of fall in love with a child is just to watch them for a while without interacting at all. Just observe and kind of see the little ways that a child absorbs himself. Like just watching my son Hugo the other day and what he's doing with cars and the stories that the cars are telling to each other, and what kind of inner life he has that kind of comes out when he thinks that you're not paying attention. I think some of the most interesting things and the cutest things and the things that are most delightful are sort of what they do on their own when they think nobody's paying attention. So that's something for me, is sort of like, don't even just jump to interact, but just sort of take your time to kind of see what's going on and what this person is doing.
Yeah, I'm really glad to have that perspective readily accessible. I know we're trying to separate, personal, professional, but even just as a parent who's kind of married into the Montessori movement, I've just had really close at hand the idea that maybe sometimes I should just stand back and observe. And the idea, just I've been sensitized to all the incredible self-creation processes that are happening inside my kid. And so I've been watching for that. And definitely I would not have been able to script or to guess in any, like at any level of resolution, what that would actually look like in Alice. So our daughter is Alice. I just have no idea how she came out of, I definitely can see the mat, but I don't understand how we got her out of me. Just the ways in which she just so kind of unselfconsciously delights in the particular things that she's decided she's going to take an interest in that week, and sometimes, turtles were the first big obsession for her, just partly, and just seeing like the ways that interests get a burgeon out of just the ability to say things and the ability to notice things, and that she finds ways to be really interested in almost arbitrary objects. She did okay, so now I know this is a turtle. She could say the noise, she could make the noise turtle, turtle. And then we started pointing to turtles when she would say it. And then she started noticing that there are all these kind of green roundish things. And then we started buying her green roundish things. And then there were more of them. And then she started she just built this interest out of almost nothing. And then now she likes things that dwell in water. And now she likes all water in all of its forms. And she loves being able to splash around in different sources of liquid, and just the ways that she's building herself from scratch.
I think what Gina's saying is everything is more fun with kids.
Yeah.
Politics are more fun with kids. Rivers are more fun with kids. Sticks on the ground are more fun with kids. Everything around you is more fun with a child there.
I mean, the children actually help you start noticing things about the world that you take for granted.
Yeah.
And we probably don't notice as many turtles when we're alone as we do when the child is with us, and we'll look, and they're looking for them.
Yeah.
You discover the beauty and the interesting things out there that exist. It's one of the fun things about being a parent.
Oh, so true. Matt sent me a photo the other day. He was traveling actually in Chicago, and he sent me this beautiful photo of the lake, and there was just this lovely landscape and a duck swimming on the water. And afterward, he told the story of my first reaction with just my first gut words out of my mouth were, ooh, bok, ooh, back, ooh, agua, because those are the things Alice would have picked out. I'm just seeing it through her eyes.
Yep.
It just becomes second nature.
And it's wonderful because it's so basic, and it connects us to kind of the really simple things out there that are important, that we tend to ignore in day-to-day life.
Fine to begin with. I wonder if I can ask you to capsulize. I know this is difficult. Can I ask you to capsulize your philosophy? What is Randism?
First of all, I do not call it Randism, and I don't like that name. I call it Objectivism.
All right.
Meaning a philosophy based on objective reality. Now let me explain it as briefly as I can. First, my philosophy is based on the concept that reality exists as an objective absolute, that man's mind, reason, is his means of perceiving it, and that man needs a rational morality. I am primarily the creator of a new code of morality which has so far been believed impossible, namely a morality not based on faith.
On faith.
Not on faith, not on arbitrary whim, not on emotion, not on arbitrary edict, mystical or social, but on reason, a morality which can be proved by means of logic, which can be demonstrated to be true and necessary.
All right. All right.
Now, may I define what my morality is?
All right.
Because this is merely an introduction. My morality is based on man's life as a standard of value. And since man's mind is his basic means of survival, I hold that if man wants to live on earth and to live as a human being, he has to hold reason as an absolute, by which I mean that he has to hold reason as his only guide to action, and that he must live by the independent judgment of his own mind, that his highest moral purpose is the achievement of his own happiness, and that he must not force other people nor accept their right to force him, that each man must live as an end in himself and follow his own rational self-interest.
May I?
All right, before we go on, reminder, please like the show. We've got 163 live listeners right now, 30 likes. That should be at least 100. I figure at least 100 of you actually like the show. Maybe there are like 60 of the Matthews out there who hate it. But at least the people who are liking it, you know, I want to see a thumbs up. There you go. Start liking it. I want to see that go to 100. All it takes is a click of a thing, whether you're looking at this. And you know, the likes matter. It's not an issue of my ego. It's an issue of the algorithm. The more you like something, the more the algorithm likes it. So, you know, and if you don't like the show, give it a thumbs down. Let's see your actual views being reflected in the likes. But if you like it, don't just sit there. Help get the show promoted. Of course, you should also share. And you can support the show at JohnBrookShow.com/support, or on Patreon or Subscribestar or Locals, and show your support for the work, for the value hopefully you're receiving from this. And of course, don't forget, if you're not a subscriber, even if you just come here to troll, or even if you're here like Matthew to defend Marx, then you should subscribe, because that way you'll know when to show up. You'll know what shows are on, when they're on. You'll get notified, right? So, yes, like, share, subscribe, support. Like, share, subscribe, support. There you go. Easy. Do one or all of those, please.